Welcome in. I am Sheila. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. I just started a live stream. Kind of move this over a little bit more because I'm looking at it from my backup. I wanted to make sure that it is well aligned so you guys can see the presentation. Welcome in. Thank you so much. I am Sheila for being here. Thank you for letting me know live. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you so much. How does this look, Sheila? I'm actually live streaming not only on TikTok but also on two other platforms. I am on the Book of Faces as well as YT. So trying to see how it looks on the Book of Faces. Okay, Book of Faces looks good. Hello, hello, Mikey. How are you? Can you guys hear me okay? I'm just asking for like some, you know, just checking something before I start. TikTok Live Studio. How are you doing? How am I doing this? This is TikTok Live Studio. This is TikTok Live Studio. I recently started because I want to multi-stream. Okay, so I use Restream. It's one of the most economical ones, and and I put it in the chat for you. And it's one of the most economical platforms, and it's it's basic, but it gives you a lot of different types of features, I believe, for when you're just starting out. So you can check it out. But it is the most economical. There's other ones that are out there, but this is the one I love using. You're welcome. You're welcome. The music a bit louder. Okay. Can you hear it at all, Mike? Because last time I had to put the music on. I was looking at StreamYard. I heard StreamYard was very good. However, it's a little bit more expensive. It's like double the amount that I paid for reading. Okay, it's double the amount. So I can see myself here on my backup on TikTok. It's good. You can see the presentation, um, and also I can clearly hear you over the music now. Really? Okay. So maybe this is the thing with TikTok Studio. It takes a lot to get it set up, especially if you're gonna stream on multiple platforms and you have a presentation. So for me, it's important that everybody can see the presentation. That's why I'm using TikTok Live Studio. I looked at Restream, but don't think that I can use it for all of the platforms. So the ones that I use it for is the white tea and the Book of Faces. And I can't say the full name as you know, here on TikTok, girls, I can get in trouble. TikTok is is like they're very jealous. I don't know why, but they are. So we have to kind of say things in codes. Hey, hon, good afternoon. Positive vibes. Now, thank you for being here. Welcome in. Hey, Janine, welcome in. Welcome in. How do I hear now, guys? I turned off the music. How do I hear now? Janine, can you do me a favor, my friends? Can you go on YouTube and let me know if you can see me okay? Because I have multiple things open as usual, as last time. I have two screens up on my Mac. I have on one of my devices, I have the Book of Faces up and I can see myself there. And my other device, I am tapping from my backup account and I don't have the YT open. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, I am on the YT as well. Correct. Yes. So you can find me at Love Yourself Healthy. Love Yourself Healthy. I'll put it. It's in my link tree on my bio, but I will put it down below as to how you spell it, so you can find me there. There you go. All right, guys. Okay, babe, I will do it. Okay. So you can call me Dr. Trish. Okay. Positive vibes. You can call me Dr. Trish. The only one that can call me babe is my fiance. Okay. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, guys. I would love to collaborate on a live with you if you absolutely I am Sheila. Absolutely. I love collaborations. I love them. I love them. Send me a DM and because I can't even, I'm gonna forget, and I don't have any device right now that I can use to remember for me to follow up with you. So send me a DM and we can chat and see where our niches meet in the middle, and we can certainly do a collaboration. Would love that. Me did enjoy the meditate. Yeah, yes, yesterday. Yes. What did I do yesterday? I was on live in the morning and then a little bit in the afternoon. It was Christmas, right? Yeah. And so me and my girlfriend Janine, we did a stretching live for a little bit. We chatted with some other girls from our agency. So I did a 1 hour in the morning, a 1 hour in the afternoon. But usually I go live for 2 hours, you know, if I'm able to. Today I did 1.5 with my audio, and it was all about manifesting for the new year. I did some meditation and affirmations audio, and I am doing this today. And I want to talk about this going into the new year. So I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about vision boards all this week until the new year. And then we may continue to work on our vision boards into the new year. And then I'll kind of like, you know, resume with my regular topics, which is all about health and wellness with a spirit, mind, body approach, with keeping the objective on getting on a healing journey to help ourselves heal from whatever it is that we need to heal from. My audience, guys, thank you for sharing out the live, Mikey. My audience, guys, is usually high sensitive people, highly sensitive people, empaths. Okay, I'm an empath. I'm a highly sensitive person. My audience is usually someone that has a spiritual life, meaning, connection with God, connection with their higher power. I am Christian. I am a believer in God, the Trinity, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, the Holy Spirit, and God the Father. But for me, it's not about religion. It's all about relationship. It's all about relationship. Okay. And I don't have to be in a church to be close to God. Sometimes I do like to go to church to be close to God. For example, amen. For Christmas Eve, I definitely wanted to be in Christmas Eve service. My church did a candlelight service. It was so beautiful. I am very intentional of being in the presence in the presence of God at times, especially when I do my devotions from home, and then when I need to go to church or I want to be in church for special holidays, and here and there, on Sundays. But I'm all about relationship, guys. My mother and I had a beautiful service. Oh, that's amazing. Sounds great on the YT. Excellent. So you got everybody can hear me good. I turned off the music and we'll just do it without music. Welcome in everybody in the Book of Faces. I see you. I see you. I just wanted to recognize you. And anybody on the YT, thank you so much for being here. So we will get started. Okay, we will get started. First time since Dad passed away. Yeah, that could be hard for sure. I actually really had a really nice Christmas Eve, guys. I'm thankful. Not all Christmas Eves have been that way, I have to say. So I've been in the good and I've been in the bad and somewhere in the between. But this past Christmas Eve, it was really nice. I went to Christmas Eve service. I did my TikTok lives. I'm off because I'm in between semesters. I'm a professor at a university, so I'm off. I'm off and I'm broke. I'm broke, but I'm off. This Christmas was overall a blessing. That I'm glad to hear that. It's good to hear. So who is going to church on New Year's Eve? I will be in church on New Year's Eve. I haven't done that in quite some time, but I will be. My new church, they do a lot of events, which I love, and they're actually doing a church service where they're going back in the decades. So they're doing a costume thing, right? They're doing a costume thing. I was there frequently. Yes, me too. I mean, I used to be in New Year's Eve service year after year after year. And in the last couple of years I stopped, but now I'm going back. At least this New Year's I will be. And yeah, we can dress up like 50s, 60s, 70s, or 80s or 90s, like from the 50s to the 90s. And so I'm going to be dressing up, and I love that. I was there. I love being able to do that and have fun. They're going to have food. They're going to have dancing, and my church is a church, but there's nothing wrong with dancing. There's nothing wrong with having fun. There's nothing wrong with getting you know, um, I guess ready costume theme, right? And just to have a good time. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing evil about that. There's nothing demonic about that. Trust me, guys. I've been face to face with evil. That is not what evil is. Okay? That's all I'm gonna say. All right. So like I said, it's all about relationship with me. And you can have your relationship with God from home, okay? Because it has to do with your willingness and your intention. Your intention here, here, and here. Your intention in your minds, in your heart, and in your spirit, your soul. That's what God cares about. That's what God cares about. He's not asking for perfection, He's asking for willingness. That is it. Okay? And then as you progress through your journey with God in relationship with Him, He starts changing you for the better at your pace, not His, at your pace. Because the more willing you're able to become with Him, the more He works in you at your pace. He's never there to harm you, never there to corner you, never there to have expectations of you or on you or in you. He's always doing it at your pace. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful healing journey, guys. Beautiful healing journey. Uh, you're going to subscribe to my page. Oh, okay. I thought you were already subscribed. You want to be, oh, you want to become a subscriber. Okay. Um, yeah, absolutely. Positive vibes. I would love to have you. I also want to talk about something that I'm starting in January off of TikTok platform. I'm going to start my own classroom, guys, my own digital classroom, and I'll talk about that in just a bit. I have it in my presentation. When the Holy Spirit takes over, let it go, express it. Absolutely, yes. Okay, it's very interesting. I was there frequent. Okay. All right, so I read everybody's comments. Welcome in Facebook. Welcome in the YT. All right, let's start. Let's start, okay? Me did it on YouTube. Oh, okay, got you. So you're subscribing to my page on YouTube. Oops, I hope I don't get in trouble for saying that. You're subscribing to me on the YT. Awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, welcome in Book of Faces. We're going to start with our Book of Faces and the YT. I'm live streaming on 3 different platforms today, okay? So I'll be looking everywhere. Put your comments. The YT, I will see your comments later. I don't have the capacity to have an extra screen, but I know I am live there as well, and I will definitely check out your comments later, okay, and get back to you. All right, so let's talk about manifestations for the new year. Let's talk about manifestations for the new year. So a couple of weeks ago, okay, maybe about 2 weeks or so, 2.5 weeks or so. Yeah. Mel Robbins did a live on TikTok. Okay. Mel Robbins did a live on TikTok. And it was about 6 questions that you want to ask yourself about 2025 that will help give you clarity to create a plan for yourself so you can create 2026, the year of 2026, a new year, to be the best year of your life. So I don't want to sound like cliche, best year of your life, right? Because we know life be lifing and there's ups and downs every single year. Come on now, let's be real. Okay? But at least for improvement, right? And for you to be able to work on your goals and start working on attaining them, right? Okay, so I'm going to recap. Thank you for getting your daily heart, and I appreciate you. I'm going to recap. I don't even know if my gifts are showing, guys. I couldn't find them on the TikTok Live Studio. I don't know why. But if you find it in your heart to gift me, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. All right, so I'm going to recap on what Mel Robbins covered during this TikTok live that she did. Okay, so the first 25 minutes of that recorded video that I've taken, I recorded her whole thing. Okay, it was about almost 2 hours long, guys. The first 25 minutes, I'm recapping here. All right, and then I will continue, with the rest of the recorded video in the next few days. Okay. I wish I could afford it. Then no worries, Mikey. You just being here is so much support. Sharing out the live, tapping the screen, guys, liking the live, commenting, all of that is greatly appreciated, and it helps me. It helps me, be seen by uh, the algorithm, right? By TikTok. So whatever you can do, I so appreciate it. Especially the commenting. I know you're a great commenter, Mikey. Especially the sharing and the tapping out the live, that is more than enough from me. No worries. Okay, so if y'all don't know me, my name is Dr. Trish. I'm a TikTok live host. I'm in between my semesters. I'm a professor at a university. You're welcome. I'm an adjunct at a university. I work from home mainly. I go and teach some classes in person, some classes online, some classes hybrid. I work. It's a lot of work. Being a professor is like a full-time job, but I don't have benefits of a full-timer because I'm an adjunct. And honestly, I don't see myself going back to a 9 to 5 or an 8 to 4 ever again. I really, really don't. I never want to say never, but right now that's where my mind is at. And so ever since I've been an adjunct, I've been having a opportunity to be, working. Thank you for getting your daily heart me. Is this being recorded that we can watch a later time? Yes, Norma. I am going to be putting things on an outside classroom, not on the TT. Okay, because when you purchase something on TikTok as an audience member, and thank you for being here, I appreciate you. TT takes a lot of that fee, right? And not much of it goes to the host. And so I'm trying to find my audience, find my community, and have them off of the platform and into a safe space, right? Where it's going to be economical, where everybody wins. And that's where I'm going to be placing my recordings. So I'm going to announce that soon. It's in my presentation. And I already kind of created it. I'm just like starting to fill it in with a lot of resources. Welcome in, Nika. Thank you for the stickers. And I'm going to have that available in just a few days, probably, who knows, like maybe December 31st or the first few days in the new year. So yes, I just found you and I'm excited to know more about manifesting and this calendar. So I will be talking about this for the next few days because I'm just covering the first 25 minutes of Mel Robbins' recorded live TikTok session that she did for 2 hours a couple of weeks ago. So I'm covering the first 25 minutes and I'll be covering the rest for the next few days. Okay. So stick around. And I usually go live between 2, latest 4. I do pop-ups, guys, just because I'm a perfectionist. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. That was so nice the way it came. It's TikTok Live Studio is really nice, guys. Sometimes it's a little temperamental. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But I'm grateful it worked today. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. That was pretty. So let's get started, okay? Or else I'm going to talk and talk and talk. I appreciate every single person that's in here. Thank you for the engagement. Thank you for the taps. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the gifts. Everything. Okay, so let's get started. So my name is Dr. Trish. I talk about health and wellness with a spirit, mind, body approach. My key audience are empaths and highly sensitive people, believers, people that have a relationship with a higher power. For me, that's God, right? That believes in relationship rather than religion and rules, right? Practices and protocols. And I basically love to help people within my coaching services heal, to heal from conditioned pasts, and also to get to know themselves as an empath, as a highly sensitive, and what does that mean in order for you to get to know yourself, give yourself a lot of grace, take that grace from God, and get to know yourself so your amazing, beautiful, majestic gifts are expanded and fully evolved so you can have a positive impact and a changing impact on other people's lives. Okay, so that's what I do, that's who I am, and that's why I'm here. All right. Okay, so let's move on to the next. All right, so we're going to talk about goals. All right, we're talking about goals on this slide. So, what are your goals for 2026? What are your goals for 2026? All right, so what are your goals for 2026? I have to go and change the slide on Restream. So, thank you guys for your patience with while I do that because I'm on different platforms today. So what are your goals for 2026? To start an online business. Okay, what else? Anybody else? What are your goals for 2026? Put them in the chat. Thank you so much, Nika, for the popular, for the heart me, for the rising star. Thank you, thank you. To write a book. Ooh, I love that. I have a goal of writing a book too, Soda. So maybe we can hold each other accountable and help each other out on that. Healthier me, absolutely, all the time you have to worry about that, right? Because our health is everything. Our health is wealth, right? So we always have to be working on that, right? All the time, every single year. I have those too. Anything else? Tell me about your online business, Norma. Tell me about your online business. Let me know what that is. Okay, so everything starts with a thought. All right, everything starts with a thought. Okay, but you have to water that thought, right? You have to give it what it needs for it to grow. Okay, you have to give it what it needs for it to grow. That's the reason why I have like the picture of the trees here, because for me, trees are very symbolic. Okay, the trees are very symbolic for me. What do we do when we get a little plant and we put it in a planter because we want it to grow, right? That's our thought, right? Our goal, okay? So a goal starts with a thought, okay? And so we plant it in the little planter, we put dirt in there, we put fertilizer, whatever, put water, might put some food in there. Thank you for getting your daily heart me, right? And so we cultivate it, right? We get it ready for it to grow. And then we watch to see if it's going to grow, how long is it going to take, and all of that. During that time that we're watching as to what's happening and we don't see anything, right? There's a lot happening, isn't there? There's a lot happening, okay? You know what's happening? Those roots, okay, within the dirt is growing and growing downwards into the dirt, right? To find its anchor. It's anchoring into the dirt, okay? It's anchoring into the dirt, right? It's making itself more grounded, more stronger, because the real growth, okay? The real growth is below the surface. not what you see above. It's not what you see above. It's below the surface. Okay, so below, within that dirt, yes, dirt. Sometimes we can call that poo poo. Okay, caca. All right, in that dirt, that's where the real growth happens. Okay, and I'm not saying this because I'm a philosopher or I'm an educator. I'm saying this from experience. Okay, I've been in the dirt, guys. I've been in the dirt. All right. So that's where goals start from. They start from a thought. We're going to cultivate it. We're going to put it in a planter for it to start growing. However, we're like watching and we're waiting. But the next thing that's coming along is like we would have never suspected it. We would have never expected to go through some caca. We're going to go through some stuff, right? Because it's growing on the bottom where nobody sees, right? But you're in it, you're feeling it, you're experiencing it. And once that is established and those roots are nice and firm and expanded and it's anchored into that dirt, then the growth happens on the other side and we start seeing sprouts. And the sprouts continue to grow. The sprouts continue to grow. And now it's a little plant, right? You started UGC. I've heard of UGC. A lot of people are going into that, by the way. I have a couple of friends in my agency that are looking into that. Do you know about our agency, Norma? You should go to Dr. Lisa's live at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Lisa, Launch Your Income. I don't know if you are from there or if you've heard of her. I'm putting it in the chat right now. She's going live at 4 p.m. again today or so for 4:15, 4:30. Oops, I misspelled something. Check her out. Yep, I just added it. There you go. What is UGC? I forgot the acronyms for it. A friend of mine from the agency sent some information about the UGC she's looking into. I forgot the name, but maybe somebody else knows and they can put it in the chat. All right, so the growth, right? It keeps growing. It grows into a plant now, a full figure plant, and then eventually into a beautiful, strong, stabilized, anchored tree with roots that have grown and expanded, not just in the dirt, but across, right? Across the board in the ground. So that's where goals are, guys. So sometimes we can have goals, user generated content. Thank you. We can have goals, but we might not see them manifest right away. Okay? Okay? Because it takes time. And maybe we're not ready for that goal yet. It doesn't mean you're not going to get it. You're not going to manifest it. You're not going to see it. But it's a process. It's a process. Okay? All right. So let's move on to the next one. I got to change it on the Restream too, guys. Give me 1 second. There we go. So goals need 2 things for success. Okay? Goals need 2 things for success. Number 1, we need to know how to achieve them. You look like a professional. Thank you. I'm too professional sometimes, Mikey. Sometimes I just need to like relax and just chill. You know, I was told that here on TikTok, you could just kind of like just chill, you know, with people and just talk. That's hard for me just because of my work background, my career, and also just the way I carry myself, and my mom role modeled a lot of that. So it's kind of hard to break that down for me. It's like just naturally how I show up. But Thank you for saying that. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you so much. And I know it's a compliment. We love the way you are. Aw, thank you, Mikey. Thank you so much. All right. So, how do you achieve your goals? So, two things for success. You have to know how to achieve your goals, guys. And some of the goals that I have, guys, for 2026, when it comes to building my practice, my coaching program, my TikTok lives, my me showing up on other platforms, and all the things that I want to do, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, guys. It's a lot of work. And I can at times feel overwhelmed, but I just got to take it step by step, give myself grace, ask God to help me and to guide me, because that's my number one source of propelling anything forward in my life. That I know for sure, right? And just start doing them one by one. But another question you need to ask yourself when it comes to your goals and the things that you need to ask yourself when it comes to the success of your goals is, what is your why? What is your why? So I've been hearing over and over again, and not that I didn't know this already, but it's been repetitive, right? In the past couple of weeks within our agency and within other people's rooms and just ongoing. And I just know this as far as like my experiences, right? I'm 50 years old working since I was 14 years old, right? Always being true to who I am, the things that I want to do, the things I want to study, the things I want to help people with, right? What is your why? Your why is super duper important to you. Hello, Jen. Welcome in. Your why, Mikey. Thank you so much for talking to everybody and saying hello to everybody. I so appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so so much. Your why is super important. You got to know your why. You got to know your why. Okay. So my why, all right, my why is definitely based on my personal experience of healing. It definitely is the least I can do. You are doing amazing, my friend. Thank you so, so much. Um, my why is also integrated in not just helping people, but it's also founded from a health and wellness perspective. Okay, in a foundation. I've been a health educator all my life. That's what my degree is in. I have a doctor in health education. And honestly, I've been a community health educator pretty much my full career. Not that many leadership positions because I chose not to take them on because I saw what leadership positions did in certain types of work environments, and I didn't want that for myself. So I always just honestly never my career is being a manager or a supervisor. Director, never. Executive director, never. CEO, never. I would have loved to. I would have loved to. I always wanted to be director or something. But, I had to be really, really true to my capabilities and also protecting the spirit that God created me with. And knowing that I am a very sensitive person, I am an empath. And certain types of energies, if you don't keep them at bay, they like to come in and take residence. Okay? They like to come in and take residence. And I was not going to let that happen. Not going to let that happen. All right. So, your why. What is your why? Put it in the chat right now, guys. I shared my why with you guys, okay, to help people. It's definitely based on health and wellness and also to share my healing journey with others and helping others get on a healing journey themselves. That is my why. What is your why? Put it in the chat. What is your why? Let me know. What is your why? What is your why? Let's put that in the chat. What is, are we moving? Yes. Okay. All right. Trying to learn about myself and possibly monetize on here, but mainly my faith and helping others. Excellent. Awesome. continue to navigate, on that, and make it a little bit more like focused, right? Because it's really a tunnel vision, guys. It's like really like a funnel that you have to create, right? Like, and be really focused on it to help those dealing with similar to me be seen, connected. I love that. Understood. I love the understood part, Soda. I love that. And I'm very sensitive to other people too. Okay. I love the understood, because I feel like I've been misunderstood all my life. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I feel it and I see it all the time. And I'm just like, boy, if you just got to know me, you would change your mind. If you just got to know me, you would change your mind. And I think, for the most part, for some reason, I rub people the wrong way at times. I don't know why. I'm just me. I'm just me. I fully love, embrace me. If I don't accept myself, who will? I have to fully 150%, 50% accept myself, love myself more than anything, right? No more than God, of course, right? But I don't know. But I've always felt that way, misunderstood, um, I don't know, misperceived, not sure why. I can relate. You can relate. How are you, love? Welcome in. Thank you for being in my audio this morning. I am also an empath, Jen. I know you are, Jen, my friend. Working on myself and boundaries. Good. Definitely trying to get out of comfort zone. Good. I love you too, Jen. I love you too. My girlfriend Jen has known me for I don't know how many 20 plus years now, right, Jen? We went to high school together. Okay, so she knows me really, really well. We should talk, Jen. Hello there. Yeah. So and it's something that we all can, probably um embrace together, because I think highly sensitives and empaths are often misunderstood. I don't know why. I gotta search for behind that. And I know it's out there, but I think we are often misunderstood, misperceived, misunderstood. And I sometimes I think it's like what you show to others on the outside, right? And knowing that we are sensitives and we are highly empathic and highly sensitive. And so we have to protect at times what's on the inside. And so sometimes it might be our fault, right? Not in a bad way, but we protect ourselves from the inside because we're highly sensitive. Because we know, like a mother protects their child, right? We know we're highly sensitive, we know we are highly empathic, and we have to protect. And unfortunately, sometimes individuals don't see that, and won't don't realize that. And so it's partially, I think, sometimes our fault, not in a bad way, but like we're just protecting ourselves, and say we can't fully show ourselves to other people because it's vulnerable, right? It's vulnerable to fully show yourself to other people. But we all know we're amazing people. We're amazing souls. We're amazing spiritual people with amazing gifts. And so when other people see us in a certain way, it's like, wait, you don't see how great I am? Like, what do you see? What do you see? No, you misunderstood me. No, you're misperceiving me. And it's like, right? Um, it's not them, it's me, really. I always say I misrepresent myself. I get that too from people. I've only been able to speak of it to my mom and intervals. What do you mean? In intervals, like in segments. I am finding with boundaries, I upset some friends. Yeah, Jen. So you that will be the case for sure. Um, People that don't like, thank you for sending your heart, me, Mr. Grateful. Thank you for being here, my friend. Um, People that are used to you always saying yes and doing and being there, right? And they can count on you, right? When you start placing boundaries, they're not gonna like that. They're not gonna like that. Just about being able to feel certain things. Yes. Like a little bitty bit at a time. Yep. That's how and whatever resonates with you and your spirit as to how your intuition, right? Your gut intuition. You were very intuitive people. Whatever, like, first and foremost, for an empath or a highly sensitive person, guys, and I love that we're integrating these slides and what's on these slides with being a highly sensitive person and an intuitive and an empath, right? um because that's what it's all about, right? So I just lost my train of thought. I was going to say something super important and now I lost it. But just about being able to feel certain things. So it is needed to talk about this. It came back to me. It is needed to talk about this with a foundation of being an empath, being a sensitive person, being, an intuitive, right? Because we really make do things happen. We know things, okay? And most of the time, we know how to get there, okay? Because when we seek, we find, right? And so, isn't that what manifesting is all about? If we do things with pure intention to make it happen for us, it will. It will. And we know that. We, as highly sensitive people, empaths, intuitives, we know that. And yes, I'm a believer in Jesus Christ at the same time. And I don't see empath as a new agey term. I don't see using the word empath, a highly sensitive and intuitive, as a new agey term because I'm not using it or referencing it in that way. I'm not. And God knows I'm not. Okay. So I fully accept those terms because if you look up in the dictionary, empath, I'm defined in, that's who I am. I'm an empath. The characteristics, the capabilities, the characteristics and the qualities of an empath in the definition of an empath, that's me. So why would I not call myself an empath? I had the same drink 3 different times and it came true 2 different times in my life. You had the same drink or dream? I think dream, right, Mikey? Oh, dream, dream. Yes, dream. Yeah, we definitely dream. That's one of our giftings. Is manifesting against God? I don't think so. I don't believe so. I don't. When I start talking about vision boards in the next few days, guys, I'm gonna tell you the story that when I created my vision board, I did it with worship music on. Okay, I did it on a cork board. It was pretty big. I put it on my wall, not in this apartment, in another apartment. And I put it under a frame, a pictured frame, where I have to look it up. I don't remember off the top of my head the statement, but it was a cross, and it was something along the lines of, something about faith, and I would look at my vision board and I would have my worship music on. I had just finished doing my devotional or throughout my devotional, before my devotional, after my devotional. I would have my Bible, my journals, my different colored pencils because I'm really a nerd in real life, uh, and my healing workbooks, my healing reading book. And I would look at my vision board and I would be like praying over it. I would pray over it and would ask God to bring it to life. And there wasn't anything unreasonable. It was all about mainly health and wellness, certain types of career aspirations that I had, and relationship goals I had, and they came true, all of them. Now, this was a 2-year vision board, guys, because I had a lot up there and I was going through a healing process. And I knew I had to give myself a minute. I know I had to give myself a minute. And so, but I have to say, honestly, with the exception of the book, all of them came true. I don't think manifesting is against God. There is something called quantum physics. Okay. And I learned this when I had to leave the church for 6 years because I was getting triggered. Okay. And I needed to go home and meet God in my home. Okay. God the Father, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior, the Holy Spirit as my counselor through a conditioning, a development, not blaming my parents, not blaming my family, no blame anywhere. They did the best they could, what they knew, and what resources they had. But I get to do better because I know more. I know more than they knew back then. And that's okay, right? But I was impacted. So I had to heal. I had to heal. I wanted to heal for myself. I wanted to heal for my daughter, my daughter's daughters, and for the generations to come. Trauma and conditions, upbringing, development, conditioned behaviors stop at me, and that's the decision I took for myself. So while I met with God through my books, my devotionals, my worship music, thank you for getting your daily heart rate. Welcome in. I looked at my vision board and I prayed over it and I asked God to help me attain them. So quantum physics, okay? Also knowing who you are and whose you are. Knowing who you are as a healer, as an intuitive, as an empath, as a highly sensitive person, knowing what your giftings are as an empath, as an intuitive, as a highly sensitive person, okay? And knowing whose you are. I'm God's. I'm God's. Sealed, okay? Thank you for getting your daily heart me. When I gave my life to God, God sealed it. You know those. You know when you ask colleges for your transcripts, and it always has to come in a sealed envelope, and it's like a hard seal. It seals, and nobody can break that. Nobody. Nothing. Okay. So I'm not saying anything bad or doing anything bad because I have goals and I put it on a corkboard and I'm going to look at it. I'm going to put my intentions into it. I'm going to put my prayers into it. I'm going to look at it and love on it to make it come true. And I'm going to do the work. Okay? I'm not going to sit in my couch and wait for it to just like come true. I'm going to do the work. That makes sense, guys? That makes sense? Okay, let's see. Everybody's saying hi to each other. I'm still wrestling with my mind daily. I'm still confused about a lot of it. It's okay, Mikey. Give yourself grace. Yes, good. 100. Good. Give yourself grace, Mikey, and ask God to help you with that. Ask God to help you. I think I just need a one-on-one. Okay. I can help you with that, Mikey. Whenever you're ready, I can help you with that. But what I want to say to you right now to kind of like give you something to work on is, whenever I wanted to improve in a particular area, you know what I used to do, and I still do. I would find a biblically based book on whatever it is that I needed to work on. Let's say it was patience, right? I would go and find a book with um with with Bible verses. Sometimes at the end of the chapter, right, when they have questions and you gotta like process the question and journal and think in your mind and process it, right? And write things out and answer it, and maybe have another book where you're just gonna like free write journal your thoughts on what you're reading, study it, right? That's how I've improved in things that were, you know, bothering me in my mind, right? So that's what I've done, and it's always helped me. And I will pray on it. I will pray on it, right? Because half of it, guys, is doing the work, okay? And showing up for yourself and doing the work. The other half, God does for you, okay? If it's in His will for you to win over your mind and it's going to be a healthy change for you, it's going to help you. Why wouldn't He, right? Now, if you're limiting yourself and He has more for you, then that might be where it takes a curve. But you wait in expectation. You're gonna wait in expectation. Sharon, self-care, welcome in. I still pray daily. Good. You always kept a healthy mindset. Thank you, Jen. I struggled at times, Jen. I really did. I think the biggest time, the time that I've struggled the most was just trying to survive as a single mom, right? And life be lifing. Um, and really at times when I was a little lost, and I was about to meet God. I was just about to meet Him face to face, like have a one-on-one with Him. And it was right before, and like it was like all the forces of evil were just trying to like not make that happen. And just like all this stuff will be happening and life will be lifing. So I've had my struggles. I've also had my struggles during my separation and my divorce, leaving the church. So I've definitely had my struggle, but I always knew, and this again, this is your highly sensitive. This is your intuition. This is your spirit. This is you being an empath. I always knew what I wanted to become or how I wanted to remain. And I always knew I'm good. I'm a good person, when it comes to I mean well, you know? I mean well. I have only good intentions. So whenever I saw those forces like coming at me, man, like I knew what I had to do. I had to go and be in the face of God, because that's the only thing that will protect me from being ambushed. That would be the only thing that will protect me from being like, "Roof." And that's what I did. That's what I did every single time. That's what I did. Yes, you work for everything you have. I did. I did. I did. So let's get back to our questions, guys. So focusing on the why. Why do you care about certain things? And you guys, why do you guys care about certain things? Now you know a little bit about me. Why do I care about certain things? Because I care about people's health and wellness. I care about their emotional health. I care about their mental health. I care about their physical health. I don't like to see people in pain. I don't like to see the sadness, right? Of trauma and trauma being continued down generations. Okay. So this is why I care about certain things, because I'm a deep feeler, and I feel it when I see it. And I'm like, it just makes me very sad. And it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. I get we have a past, but a past never defines your future. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. But you got to do the work. You got to do the work. People have to do the work. And some people don't like doing the work. It's hard work. It's painful. It is. People don't want to do the work, but you got to do the work. Like, guys, I'll tell you straight out, you got to do the work. You got to do the work. Um, because I don't want people to suffer the way me too. Exactly, Mikey. Yeah, I don't want people to suffer the way I did. Who, I mean, honestly, like if you're for humanity, you're for people, right? You don't want them to have to go through what you had to go through, right? Have it be it happened to you personally, or to your loved ones, right? Um, I feel when the Holy Spirit pulls me. I feel when the devil. Oh yes, yeah, because you're a highly sensitive person and you can tell the distinction. Yeah. Well, I felt when the enemy was after me. Why? Guys, if I tell you some stories that I will in the near future, you will be like, Dr. Trish. Oh, man. Yes, for sure. Sometimes I can't tell and have to ask God to show me exactly which way. And that's fine. Yeah. And so remember, right, Mikey, like, the devil's a fallen angel and he knows how to make things look a certain way. You got to be real. That's what I was saying. You got to be really careful on this platform, guys. Got to be really careful on this platform and the rooms that we go into, because I said it before. If anybody was in that Dr. Lisa's live, you become what was the wording I used? Um, what you behold. You become what you behold. We're all in here as audience members in somebody's room, and whatever is happening in their room, okay, we're like this. You're beholding, okay? Whatever you behold, you become. Be careful with some rooms, okay, guys? I tell people the devil wore out a lot of pair of shoes running through my mind. That's funny. That's funny. I want people to have knowledge, skills, and tools to work through mountains. I love that. And something about mountains, Sharon, there's different types of mountains. There's valleys and there's a mountaintop. And when I say you got to go through a healing process, you got to spend some time in the valley. You're going to spend some time in the valley, guys. You're going to spend some time in the valley. Oh boy, oh boy. You got to spend some time in the valley. I want people to have knowledge, skills, and tools to work through mountains. I love that. I love that. That's my saying. I love that. So why do you care about certain things and why do they matter? I think that makes, like, I've already went into it without even looking at the questions, guys. In order to get from one mountaintop to the other, you got to go through the valleys. That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Guys, I've been recently in Utah. When was it? In March. I went to a conference there. It was an empath masterclass workshop for the weekend, and never been to Utah. Okay, we got there in the evening. We got there in late afternoon, evening. By the time we got out of the airport, it was dark already. We couldn't see anything. We just went to the hotel. We were starving. We ate like some stuff from the refrigerator at the hotel. You can imagine it wasn't very good. And we went to sleep. The next morning, woke up before the conference. It was like 8 o'clock in the morning. Woke up pretty early, and I opened the curtains. When I say I saw the most beautiful mountains I've ever seen, that's what I saw when I was in Utah. And then so after the conference, we went touring a little bit, and we went to different, like, places and locations to look at these mountains, and I could see like, we were so close to the mountains. I could see the valleys and I could see the mountaintops. And I was like, I felt like it was God's way of saying, like, okay, You graduating. You're graduating. You spent enough time in the valley, Dr. Trish. And of course, he doesn't call me Dr. Trish, but you know what I'm saying. And I was like, finally, because at every your milestone that you make it through, you have to celebrate. You have to celebrate because that's part of your journey. Celebrate that, right? Nobody else is going to ever fully understand your journey but you and God. And that's a special relationship you have with God. And that's when I say it's all about relationship. That's what it's all about is relationship. Is relationship. Nobody knows you better than he knows you. Nobody knows things, how you're gonna feel about things, how you see things, how you perceive things, how you perceive things, how you are about things, your emotions, your highs and lows than yourself and God. That's why I say it's a relationship. Okay. Mountain view are amazing. It was so beautiful, John. I don't know if you've ever been to Utah. I have a tearing eye, guys. I think it's allergies. Um, it's so beautiful. Let me keep going. What are you motivated to want to change certain? Why are you motivated to want to change certain things, guys? Vegas. Yes, Vegas is nice too. Yep, I've been there too. Super hot. Super hot in Vegas. Oh my gosh. Why are you motivated to want to change things, certain things, guys? For me, it's like wanting to have an impact on people before my time is up on earth. For me, it's also about not having regrets. You always think about getting older, right? And looking back and having regrets that I didn't put myself out there to offer my gifts, my services, my giftings, my story to other people to help them have a better life, better and when I say better life, better health and wellness, emotional health, mental health, spiritual health. That's my why. Why am I motivated to want to change certain things? So I share that with you guys to release stress and anxiety. Okay, I hear that. And to know exactly what it is I'm capable of seeing the feeling. And to know exactly what it is I'm capable of seeing the feeling. Explain that again, Mikey. Not sure I understood. Thank you, everybody that's getting their daily heart me. Thank you for the gifts. I see you guys. I'm sorry, I'm seeing it on the top. Thank you for everybody that's come in and got their daily heart me, the populars, the gifts, the rising star, the perfumes. Everybody, thank you for sharing your heart with me. I appreciate you. Can know exactly how far I can take what it is I see and feel. I got you. Can know exactly how far I can take what it is I see and feel. How do I see that? Or how do I know that? I love that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Evolution. You evolving. You evolving. You evolving. And honestly, as intuitives and empaths, deep feelers, highly sensitives, honestly, what's the saying? What's the saying? Um, oh, I can't come up with the saying. I'm just gonna say it. You can go very far. You can go very far. And it's not in materialism or tangible things, though, right? Finances are important to us because who doesn't want better quality of life? Who doesn't want good things for? I want good things for my daughter. I want good things for my granddaughters, right? That I can provide certain things for them as I get older and will transition from life at some point, right? And I want to leave them equipped. Who doesn't want that, right? But it's you evolving and seeing what impact you can have on other people. Um, can I know exactly how far I can take? Okay, I saw that. That makes sense then. Okay, what is God's purpose for us? Yes, yes. Yeah, I'm worried about the spiritual part. Talk to God about it, Mikey. You know, talk to God about it and take deep breaths, right? So, a part of my coaching program includes, doing a lot of nervous system regulation, okay? Um, and having an integrative experience of where you are meeting with God in your devotional time with Him. You are being reflective, you're being meditative, you're regulating your nervous system at the same time. So you're actually honestly working on all the health dimensions at the same time. You're working on your mental health, you're working on your emotional health, you're working on your spiritual health, and you're also working on your body physically, right? Um, because the nervous system regulation helps our bodies, right, de-stress and untighten itself. All right, so let's keep moving. Let's go to the next slide. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. I appreciate you guys. Let me move on to the next slide. Hello, how are you? Welcome in. Everybody on the Book of Faces and the white tea, appreciate you being here. Okay, so question number one, reflecting on the last year. All right. What was hard about 2025 for you guys? What was hard for you about 2025? For me, ugh, my my perimenopause. The hot flashes, the joints hurting, the swelling, the weight gain. Oh my goodness. Ugh, that was really hard for me in 2025 because it limited me. Finances, me too. That was a part of it too. But I think the limiting physical things for me and the hot flashes. Guys, I barely went out in the summer because who needed to be hot on top of hot? Who wants that? So I could bear like guys, I could barely like get out of the shower, cool down with a cool shower, and I would start sweating. And I'm like, why? Okay, so for me, perimenopause was really hard. Um, and hell for sure. I'm allergic to heat. It breaks me out in a sweat. Okay, so you need cool places and you need definitely an AC. You need to definitely an AC. So, what were the low points about 2025 for you guys? For me, some relationship problems I had with my daughter. That season is over. Thank you, Lord Jesus, because that was a long suffering kind of thing. Oh man, was it long suffering? I mean, it was just something, that's the thing about trauma that gets passed down generations. You start healing, you start working on yourself. And of course, right, the enemy never wants you, the evil that's in this world never wants you to be healed. They wants to keep you captive in your trauma, in your dysfunction, in your distortions. Okay. And so you're working on yourself, right? And then you got the forces behind you, like and then you start seeing trauma being passed down to your children, to your loved ones, your children, your son, your daughter, it's very hard. That's very, very hard. Sorry, I had to put a little bit of humor in here. No worries. No, it's okay. I love it. No worries. So that was low for me. That was a low point. That was a low point for me. That was really hard. And honestly, I supplicated. I supplicated with God over and over about that. I asked him to please help me, help me, help me, and to help her, and just to end it, just to end it. And I had to place major boundaries, guys, boundaries that hurt me a lot. It was very painful for me to place them, but I did. And I had to let go. I had to let go. Every emotion that I can go through and that I can experience, I went through with my relationship with my daughter. But I have to say, God is good, guys, because we are no longer there. I think it's done. I think it's done. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful because that was just really a long suffering season for me. I was like, when is this going to end? So, what were your low points about 2025, guys? Put it in the chat. What were your low points? What about 2025 made it hard? Put it in the chat. Let me know. And I'm going to move on to the next slide. All right. So, question 2. So, this is based on Mel Robbins' 6 questions to ask yourself to have clarity in bringing your goals into fruition and have success in 2026. 3 trips to the hospital. Wow, 3 trips to the hospital, Mikey. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Yeah. Thank you for getting your daily heart me. Welcome in, Love Universified. Thank you, thank you. I hope you're doing better with that physically, with your health. Thank you for the roses. So, what were the best parts about 2025? What were the best parts of 2025? My best parts. What were my best parts of 2025? I think working from home. I started working from home as an adjunct and not having to be in a toxic work environment. See, for me, guys, I don't know about y'all, but for me, I feel everything. If there's toxicity around me, oh man, am I gonna feel it? It's gonna be like, woo, woo. I cannot work. I cannot be in a toxic environment, especially after a healing process. Is I feel as if it's like those gifts about me to be able to be such a deep feeler and pick up on things so easily, just like like expanded. And it's just like, man, I just couldn't take toxic work environments anymore. So I think that was the best part for me about 2025. It was finally the year that I was done with toxic work environments. I was done, and it was in the plans. It was in the plans because I was done with toxic friendships. I've been done with toxic partnerships and right, romantic relationships, toxic even family based relationships. And I say that to say that I love my family like I don't know if I could say unconditionally because that would be lying. I Only God loves unconditionally. And I really want to be genuine about the true meaning of that word. But I love my family, those in my immediate family and extended. I do. I love them. That doesn't mean that I can cohabit with them or be in the same space with them for very long. But from afar, through phone calls here and there, maybe through one phone call a year, maybe even through one text message a year, or maybe in close proximity or gatherings or whatever. I absolutely love my family. I do. I do. I just do. I just do. I just do. However, right? Um, I can't at times share the same space with them as to how they want to show up, how they want to show up. So I don't know where I was going with all of that. Now I lost my train of thought. My future son-in-law got saved during one of my Wow, I love that. That is so amazing. It's hard for me to go on a grocery store. Yeah, I'm such a homebody, guys. Like I'm really a homebody, and honestly, when I go out by myself. I do go out with my friends and girlfriends, but I have limited time. It's just a certain amount of time. Even my daughter, right? Like anywhere, everywhere, like anywhere, everywhere. It's not that it's toxic or it's just energy, right? Like energy that I bring home, my body picks it up and I'm like, I'm tired, you know? Um, so I'm such a homebody, guys, because this is my space. Okay. This is my space. I know my energy. I built my aura. I built my safe space that surrounds me, my atmosphere. This is, so I'm good. I'm good. Right. Does that make sense? Um, Congratulations, friend. Great development. Thank you so much. Love Universified. But I've been working on it for a minute, girl. I've been working on it for a minute. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And I still have more to work to do, especially as a TikTok live host, like, the personal development that comes with being a TikTok live host. Like, I'm good. Like, I don't get on myself about it. Yeah. I should have said that in today's Dr. Lisa's live, being up there in the box. I'm good with where I'm at. Thank you for Janine for sharing out the live. I'm good with being where I'm at as far as showing up as a TikTok live host. Because you don't know me from like just being just I don't know how to explain it. I did a lot of work on myself, guys. I did a lot of work on myself. I did a lot of work on myself, guys. Okay? Did a lot of work on myself. Unfortunately, I have a background where, it was a conditioned upbringing, okay? Um, there's a history of abuse, every different form of abuse, okay? Abuses that get passed down generationally through the family tree. Um, you know, I did a lot of work on myself, guys. I did a lot of work on myself. And so I'm good with where I'm at as far as where my professional development is at and showing up as a TikTok live host. I'll get better. I'll get better. I will evolve. Because you know why I will evolve? 100% I will evolve. You know why I know? Because I already did the hard work with really hard work. This is different. For personal development, to do your business, to have your practice, to have your services, to help other people, right? Have an impact and a change in their life, like you've changed your life with God's grace and giving yourself grace. This ain't nothing compared to the work I've done. Nothing. I'm good. So, and I can say that confidently. I'm not trying to like say it in any way. I'm saying that confidently because I know. Thank you for your sharing. Absolutely. I'll share more as I feel like it's like, that time. But guys, yeah. Like if you know my story, y'all just have to check out my book in a couple of years and you're going to be like, oh, I knew Dr. Trish, a TikTok live host. Man, she went through that. That happened to her. That happened to her family. I never would have known. Been hermit mode 6. Been hermit mode 6. Yes. What do you mean, Love Universified? Same? Yeah. So give yourself grace. Years. Okay. Been hermit mode for 6 years. Give yourself grace. It's crazy to see that there is a whole world full of us out here. Yes. Yes. Self reflection. Yeah. Give yourself grace, guys. What about 2025 made it good? So Okay, let's put some stuff. Let's put some stuff in the chat, guys. I want to know where you're at with your goals. So for me, definitely working from home. Um, Having some cushion with my finances because I moved in with my fiance. And so now I have that financial support, again, which is nice because I'm able to not have to maintain a full-time toxic job, and make a certain amount of money because I'm fending for myself, you know, um, being in partnership, excuse me, with someone that I can share those finance responsibilities with. That has been really helpful. That's been great. Um, I don't think I've ever had that in the past. I was married before, and I did have that in the past, but it was different, and it was manipulated. Okay, guys, it was manipulated. So I don't think I've ever had that before, and being able to coexist with someone in our home that I can be fully myself, fully open, fully vulnerable, just be Patricia, just be just like guys. I have a like there's a lot of sides to me. There's a lot of parts of me. I'm like an onion, guys. You gotta peel me one layer at a time, and he provides that space for me, and he's like I've never had that before. So I would say that is definitely a part of my 2025 that has been really good. What about you guys? What about you guys? I want to know. What about you guys? My faith has grown tremendously. Love that, but not without fault and failure as well. It's always that way. It's always going to be that way. Freedom and creative expression. Love that. I love the creative expression. Freedom. That is so awesome. Ditto. I can completely relate. Oh wow, that is amazing. That yes, guys. But I've been in unhealthy relationships all my life. You know, with romantic partners. I mean, after with I wouldn't say all of them, but most of them. Thank you for getting your daily heart me. Welcome in, Moku. Welcome in. CK3 Cuts, thank you for being here. Thank you for getting your daily heart me. All right, so let's keep moving. Let's see, where are we? Okay, so question number 3. How's the YT doing? How are you guys on Facebook? Everybody's good? Let me change the slides over there. Okay. Where's my slides again? Here we go. What did you learn? Happy Kwanzaa, everyone. Blessings, family. Thank you for being here, guys. What did you learn in 2025? What did you learn? I learned a whole lot. As a TikTok live host, I learned a whole lot about certain rooms on this app. I've learned as to how I want to show up. I want to be fully myself, me, myself, and I. I want to be able to be myself and feel comfortable with myself, show up authentically all of the time, and just, really pull in my community, my healing tree tribe, pull them in and for us to be a community, you know? So what did I learn? How to cultivate that? Or I'm starting to learn how to cultivate that, how to make that happen. What did you realize about yourself? I'm coachable. That's what I learned about myself. I'm coachable. I got to let other people coach me. I have to coach myself, right? I have to coach myself and be like, okay, wait, this is going to change here. Okay. So I have to coach myself. And what else did I realize about myself? There's more room to grow. There's more room to grow. What have you guys learned? A lot. I learned how to let go and let God. Amen. I love that. That's so awesome. Yeah. Let go and let God, guys. Let go and let God. What did you realize based on the lows and the highs? What did you realize? What did I realize based on the lows and the highs? What did I realize? What did I realize based on the lows and the highs? I think balance, balance. You could take a little bit of the lows and you can take a little bit of the highs and meet somewhere in the middle, you know? Um, for me. Okay? And that's okay. That's okay. Okay? That's okay. That's what I learned. That's what I realized. I realized that I finally had to let my daughter be an adult and not be so protective. Good. Yes. And then also let go and let God, right? Mikey, right? So letting go, letting God. I had to do that myself with my own daughter. I mean, like, God, like she's your daughter first before she was mine, right? Watch over her, protect her, show her, teach her, right? Give her grace, provide for her, right? I think that's one of the things that I've learned, like letting go, like we want to hold on so tight as parents, right? Because we're older, we're more wiser, we know more, right? And we want to hold and hold and hold and hold and hold, and you just gotta like let it go. But you don't let it go for it to like fall into thin air, right? Let go and give it over to God. Give it over to Him. Give it over to Him. Yes, it's amazing. God is the only way. Learn grace to self. Absolutely. I'm just trying to get through health and finances. Balance is great. Yes. Me too, Mikey. I realized that I finally had a lot. I'm like, okay, I saw that. Me too. My nose is a little running, guys, because I have allergies. I'm just gonna get a tissue. I'll be right back. All right. So, yeah, for me, sitting at this table, which is my desk for work, for hours and hours is not good for me. Sorry, guys, I have allergies. It's not good for me physically. So, definitely having time to move, to stretch, to work out is super duper important for me as I get older. And then working on my finances, and that's another thing regarding here on the platform, right? Like I'm a giver and I like to give to other TikTok live hosts. I've had that season where I overgave. I'm in the negative as far as reciprocation, but I'm leaving that in 2025. I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it there. And I will do differently in 2026. Not that I won't be a gifter anymore, but I'm just going to be more mindful, right? So that's one way of kind of taking care of my finances, along with so many other things that have to do in regards to my finances. So I'm with you on that, Mikey, for sure. For sure. All right, let's keep going. So, cultivating success. Okay, cultivating. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm good. I thought I was on a different slide. I'm gonna have to go so I can get dinner, but thank you so much for your time. You're so kind. God bless. thank you so much, Mikey, for being here. Love it when you're here. God bless you, and we'll talk to you very, very soon. God bless you too, Mikey. Enjoy your dinner. God bless you too. All right, so cultivating success through new habits in 2026. Okay, welcome in, Tina. So you want to weather your own energy, guys. Okay, you want to weather your own. In Jesus' name, I pray over you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mikey. Appreciate that. Thank you. You want to weather your own energy, guys. Okay, so you get to choose what your internal weather for the day is going to look like. Okay, so every morning we wake up, we can actually put things into motion as to how we want our day to look like. Okay? We want to put things into motion as to how we want our day to look like. So, when we get up, do we say to ourselves, is it going to be sunny today? Is it going to be a joyful day? Is it going to be an enthusiastic day? Is it going to be a productive day? Is it going to be a positive day? Or do we get up and we say, is it going to be a cloudy day? Is it going to be rainy? Is it going to be overcast? Is it going to be dreading and negative? Because that's how our mood, however we want to show up for our day, kind of could manifest. And it's all about how we show up for our day. Now, I have to say, guys, as a deep feeler, as an intuitive, as a highly sensitive, as an empath, yo, we got some emotions. I know I got some emotions. At the same time, I'm high expectation, okay? I'm an Aries, so I'm very strong-willed. Um, I'm I'm OCD. I'm a perfectionist as well at times. And I'm in my emotions when it comes to like how I wake up in the morning and I feel in my physical body. So one of the things that I've been really dealing with in the morning is I'm not sleeping really well when it comes to my posture on my bed. And I don't understand what is happening because I sleep on my sides all my life. I move from side to side and I sleep with many pillows. Guys, lately, I would say for a couple of weeks now, I am having alignment issues because I wake up with neck pain, upper body pain, spine pain, and I'm like, what is going on? And so I have to be very mindful in the morning as to how I'm going to change that feeling around. And so most of the time, right, after I wash my face, brush my teeth, get my coffee or get my green tea, I come here and I start working. I do my posts in the morning. I start looking at my emails. I start thinking about doing my audio live stream. But what I should really do is really stretch or get a workout in before I start because the workout is going to shift your endorphins, right? It's going to not shift the endorphins, but it's going to release healthy endorphins where it's going to reduce your stress level. It's going to take care of all of those, nooks and crannies and soreness and tightness from your body. It's going to release healthy endorphins. It's going to make you feel good, accomplished, and you're just going to have that like feeling because that's what exercise does for you. Okay. So I would recommend that you start, right? Think about, again, that's that spirit, mind, body approach. Okay. Now, how do you wake up in the morning is for you to look within and see how you wake up in the morning. Do you wake up with aches and pains in the body like I do? So you got to do some stuff on the physical first, right? Do you wake up, I don't know, having a lot of mental fog? So then we got to do some stuff with the mind. Okay, mind health first. Do we wake up with concerns, worries, anxieties? So maybe that is kind of like a little bit of the mental health, but also the emotional health. So we got to start with, fixing that up. These tweaks we have to do in the morning so we can show up with the best in the best way that we can for ourselves. So that's why I say weather your own energy in the morning when you wake up. What is it that you need? What is it that you need to do? What you give your energy to will take prevalence. What you give your energy to will take prevalence. Something now, so okay. So I gotta tell you before it happens, so you know it's coming. Okay. If you're gonna choose in the new year to make a shift, okay, and work on these things, know that there's gonna be opposing forces. And sometimes you'll give in, okay? Don't say to yourself, I'm a lost cause, because you're not. Don't say to yourself, don't get mad at yourself. Give yourself grace. Honestly, guys, and what I would do if that was me, I would go and spend time with God because I'd be like, God, I can't do this by myself. I can't do this by myself. I need you to help me. I can't do this by myself. Grace. Oh man, I had a good thing about grace the other day from my Sunday service, and I have it in my notes. Hold on, guys. I think it's over here. I think. I think I have it over here. Is it in here? No, this is not the book. Okay. I'm going to try to remember what he said. Grace is asking God to do for you what you can't do for yourself. Wherever it is that you can't do for yourself, just having that realization and that acknowledgement that you can't do it for yourself. So you need supernatural help. You need God's help. Okay? That's what grace is. So I give myself a lot of grace because I know how complicated I am. I already told you all those things. Okay? But I also know that there's certain things that I'm just not going to be able to do for myself. And I need God's grace and mercy. I need his grace. I give myself grace. I take God's grace. I give myself grace. I take God's grace. Okay? So what you give your energy to will take prevalence, but when you fall and you've given in to something that's now prevailing, don't give up. Keep going. Keep trying. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. Pardon yourself. Forgive yourself and ask God for his grace. That's the best thing I can tell you to do. Okay? All right, let's move on. What do I need to do here? Okay, here we go. I'm not going to cover this. This is define your goals, personal growth, professional growth, spiritual growth. I'll read it really quick. I'm sorry, YT and Book of Faces. I didn't shift the slide. Here we go. I'll read it really quickly because we went over this already. So personal goals are essential for nurturing your potential. Focus on areas that bring joy, fostering self-awareness, and enhancing your skills to support your journey throughout the year. Okay? Professional growth. Set clear professional objectives to propel your career forward. Now, it may be your full-time career, or maybe your next career. Like for me, my career is, creating a business, But it's not, it is a business, but it's a coaching business, but it's also being an influencer, um, providing my services, providing my practice, right? And it's also really, it's also ministry for me as well. Embrace your new challenges, seek opportunities for advancement, and cultivate strong networks to achieve sustained success in your fields. So you want to be amongst those that will coach you and that will hold you accountable, because like minds think alike, and you really do grow within that community. Okay? You want to have a supportive community around you. Then your spiritual growth is nurture your spiritual well being through mindfulness and reflection. Explore practices that resonate with you, allowing for deeper connections with yourself and the world around you, cultivating inner peace. Okay. So we're almost at the end, guys. A couple of more slides. Thank you for being here. Some people have exited the room, but that's okay. Um, Goals for forward momentum. Goals for forward momentum. All right. So this is me my specifics, guys. You want to do the same for yourself, and hopefully some of y'all are taking screenshots of this. Once I'm done with these slides, I'll be putting it up on my bio link tree, so you guys can have access to it. So now that you know about your highs and lows of 2025 and how to redirect your energy, what are you going to stop doing? For me, I already mentioned it. I had to stop sitting at this desk for long periods of time without movement. I can't do it. I'm also going to stop going above my financial means and supporting others just because I want to be supportive and expecting the same in return, because I just know that's just not possible. Remember that my hard work money needs to be invested with wisdom, right? And just know that that's, I have to be. So if I'm asking God if I'm asking God to help me with my finances and prosper me in my finances, I have to take care of my finances. I have to be wise about my finances. So yes, I'm a giver, but even I got to place boundaries with myself in my giving. So I have to implement self-control. Right? I have to implement self-control. My power on my backup device is going down. Just gonna hook it in, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna stop doing. And then my third thing I'm gonna stop doing is stop comparing myself to others. They say comparison is the thief of joy. What does that mean exactly for me or for you? They say, they have this statement, comparison is the thief of joy. Yes, it could very well be the thief of joy, but what does that mean to you? What does that mean to you? Because for me, it shouldn't really mean anything. Am I really comparing myself, or what is it? Because I know who I am and I know whose I am, right? And I know the work that I need to do for myself to make my goals come into fruition. Okay. Um, I just have a very strong personality, and I have a particular type of temperament that if I see something I don't like, right? I don't like it. I don't like it's again, guys, like I'm a highly sensitive person. Like it's such an offense to me. It's like it's such an offense. And I'm like, ah. But I have to honor who I am as a highly sensitive person, So what does that mean for me? Ask yourself, what does that mean for you? As a TikTok live host, right? Yes, we can compare ourselves with other TikTok live hosts for sure. But you got to be secured and grounded, knowing that, you have your why, you have your story, you have your experiences, you have your healing journey that you're going to share with your particular audience in your community. And I think my fiance's home. And I just wanted to close the door because we'll hear Charlie bark soon. Charlie's my dog. And so, yeah, he's home. Um, just being mindful of that, right? They say comparison is the thief of joy, but what does that mean for you? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I think I just saw somebody. But it changed so quick, the name. Okay, let's move on. All right. Put it in the chat, guys, if anybody has any questions. Please, please, please. I know the chat stopped moving for a minute. Mikey was really engaging in the chat and he had to go. All right, here we are. Where am I going? Okay, here we go. So goals for forward momentum. What are you going to continue doing? What are you going to continue doing? So for me, I'm going to continue taking care of myself. Is this changing? Did I not change it on? Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm going to continue to take care of my health. I have to. I have no choice. I'm getting older. I have to. So I have to continue exercising. Welcome in, Blue Angel. I have to continue stretching. I have to continue drinking plenty of water. My water with my lemon right here, guys. I have to continue getting good rest and sleep. I have to see a chiropractor. I have to kind of see what is going on here with my alignment, when I'm sleeping, my positioning. I have to make that appointment. I have to go. I have to spend time with God for sure, right? Because I don't want to. Patricia will show up in my lives, right? When I show up here on my lives, but I want God to show up. I want God to show up through me on my lives. So I have to spend time with Him, because I'm not God. Oh my gosh, I'm not. I'm not trying to be. I would never become that, and I don't think I would ever want to be, because I'm just trying to be some sort of aspect of Him, when it comes to helping people. And I have to spend time with God in order for that to show up when I show up on my lives. And then in my life, predominantly with my fiance, with my daughter, with my granddaughters, with anybody I come into interaction with, I want God to show up. I want the God in me to show up. But that's not who's going to show up if I don't spend time with Him. So my time with God is very, very important. It doesn't have to be every single day. Like, again, it's not a rule, and it's not like a mandatory practice every day, but it has to be several times throughout the week, at least for me. I will continue to keep supporting with my other TikTok Live hosts with my financial means, but I'm going to place a budget on TikTok. Place a budget on TikTok support that works, like supporting other TikTok Live hosts, but that works for me, right? And it's not going to, put me in the negative. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to stay on the course that God has for me. So I'm just sharing what I'm going to be doing, guys, here. You can take these questions and ask yourself, maybe journal about them. Oh, I forgot this was a little video. I love the tree growing. Wanted to show you guys that. Wanted to show you guys that. Let me see if I can show it on my, I don't think I'm going to be able to show it here on my live, on my co-stream. Okay. Now, goals for forward momentum. Here we are. What are you going to start doing? What are you going to start doing that you weren't doing in 2015? What are you going to start doing that you weren't doing in 2015? I'm going to start doing morning affirmations every day. They work. because there's a neural activity taking place when when you say affirmations to yourself. When you listen to affirmations, you write them down, you're hearing them, you're stating them, you're reading them. There's um, neurologically something shifting in your mind. Okay, it has to do with the neurons and the dendrites, right? We have many neurons in our throughout our whole body, but in our mind as well. So it's changing the neurons in our minds. So for you to grow your business, right? It's a lot of work, and it's a lot of little small little tasks. Some small, some medium size, some large size. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. And I have to affirm myself in the morning to be able to make sure I get all of those things done, or most of those things done. I'm going to start journaling my wins. I have I'm probably in tomorrow's live when I don't have the TikTok live studio up. I'm going to open my new manifestation planner that I bought off of the TikTok shop. But it came in. It's still sealed because I wanted to open it while I'm on live. But with TikTok Live Studio, I'm not going to be able to do that because I don't know how to manipulate the TikTok shop while I'm on TikTok Live Studio. So I'll do it on my next live. But I want to start journaling my wins weekly, monthly, and manifesting all of my goals. I want to start completing all of my trainings. I have so many trainings, guys, that I have bought, that I have in my email, that I have logins for. I have several, and I want to, like, it's a lot. There's a lot I want to do. That's why I have to do affirmations in the morning to make sure that I'm organized and I'm structured, and, you know, I get things done. I want to create more digital products. I want to create a planner for my community. I want to create a digital planner for my community, and I'm designing it. I'm designing it, and I'm creating it. So that's one of the things I want to create, but many more digital products for the new year. And I want to launch the Rooted and Restored digital classroom. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I am going to hopefully gain a community in due time where I can work with you guys in a group format and in a one-on-one format outside of this platform and into a safe space. So I'm calling it my Rooted and Restored digital classroom. Anybody that's interested in that, it's going to be a small fee on a monthly basis. I don't know what that fee is going to be. I have to meet with my business coach and ask her. I am working with a business coach presently, which I'm really excited about. So I have to discuss this with her and see what, I want to make it economical, but I want it to be off of this app. So if you guys are interested in that, send me a DM um, and let me know that you are. Okay. And let me see what else. I worked on this today. I worked on this on Canva today. Oh, hold on, guys. Here we go. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So it's coming in January. This is the Rooted and Restored Love Yourself Healthy digital classroom that I'm going to be having for my community. Okay, so this is like the heading visual that I created for it, and I'm starting to add videos into it, add a whole bunch of materials and resources in there. I just wanted to show you what that is all about. And so let me tell you right now, it's definitely going to have it's going to have an empath masterclass program, knowing yourself more as an empath, as a highly sensitive as an intuitive, as a deep feeler, knowing yourself more, like really growing into that identity of you being a highly sensitive, empathic person. That's definitely one part of it. Another part of it is definitely going to be a healing program, um, which is going to include a faith-based foundation. I'm going to be also providing information and resources, and I'm doing videos on nervous system regulation in it. Everybody's going to have access also to my lives that I download and edit. So without the welcome in and thank you for this and thank you for that and all of my ums. So it's going to be edited, right? And for it to be all of my lives in that place as well. And probably some other stuff that I have, like just so many resources. So those are going to be the main things, and also a space for us to do group coaching and or one-on-one coaching. So that's what Rooted and Restored is going to be all about, my digital classroom. If you're interested, please let me know and we can start discussing that. Gonna skip this for now because I think we covered this already. Okay. So I'm definitely just wrapping this up with just making sure that I say that I'm planting seeds of intentions here. Okay. So as we embark on this new year, and you want to do the same for your 2026 goals, okay, manifesting your 2026 goals, want to make sure that you're starting to plant seeds of intention. So I'm intending, right, on having this rooted and redeemed digital classroom. I already kind of worked on it, right? I'm adding resources to it, right? Um, so you have to have an intention. You have to be working on the intention, not leave it and say, I'm going to do it in the new year, right? We want to start working on these things right now. So as we embark on this new year, let's focus on planting seeds of intention. My fiance is yelling at my dog Charlie. By nurturing our goals and aspirations, we can cultivate the growth we desire and transform our visions into reality. Okay. And last but not least, let's end this live, right? With just saying that we're going to have the best year. Okay. We're going to embrace our growth. And that's some good and some bad, right? Because life is life. So we have to embrace our growth. Did I not change this on the? Yeah, I did. Okay. We have to embrace our growth, both good and bad, right? In between, everywhere in between, right? The ups and downs. And then we want to embrace new beginnings with intention, with intention. So, with that said, guys, I thank you for being here. I thank you for listening, for contributing, for getting your daily heart me, for getting, um, for engaging, for connecting with each other, for the gifts, for the shares, for the likes, for all of it, and for just being here, honestly. I really do hope that you got a lot out of this. Um, Let me know. Send me a DM. Let me know. We're going to continue the next few days with some more manifesting goals for 2026 talk, as well as vision board stuff. Okay, so I think, tomorrow I'm going to talk about vision boards just to break it up a little bit. Again, guys, I do my audio live streams in the morning, somewhere between 6 and 8 in the morning. I'm on with my audio live stream where I either play an audio book, I do affirmations, I play meditations, or I play music for nervous system regulation. um, devotional music. So it just really depends on what I'm doing for that day. Most of the time, I try to select an audio where it's connected to what I'm going to be talking about later on in the day, in the afternoon. So I do my afternoon lives anywhere between 2 and 4 p.m., guys. 2 and 4 p.m. is usually the time that people know I'm on and they come on. I do pop up lives, guys, because I'm just not good with time. I do, I could be better with my time. I try to do too much. And so I'm never on time. And I don't want to, I know that about myself and I don't want to set myself up for failure. So I say, I have a pop up schedule. Set your alarm, put on your notifications. It's in my bio. When I go live, you'll know. When I go live, sometimes you'll get like the shared post that I did today, and I'll send it to your inbox. I'll put it to my story. I'm gonna try my best within 30 minutes before 30 minutes to 60 minutes before I go live to do a post, to share it to my story and to share it out. And that is it, guys. I hope you have a good rest of your Friday. It does not feel like a Friday to me. I don't know why it doesn't. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your Friday. God bless you. And I'll leave you with this. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May he give you peace. May you know that you are an amazing soul. May you find yourself completely, and may that make you whole. All right, guys. God bless you. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Have a good evening and take care. Amen. Hi, Leslie Green. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here on the YT and on the Book of Faces. Appreciate you guys. Have a good night.